The worst thing you could ever do, the worst kind of love you could ever have is no love. It's not toxic love and it's not full love, it's no love. Because no love for you will never create good love for you. Because when you have no love for you, you're choosing to live your entire life never, ever listening to yourself, never, ever respecting yourself, accepting yourself. And I'm not gonna use the cliche phrase loving yourself because I don't think it fits. The worst thing you could ever do is to choose to live your entire life by other people's opinions. The worst thing you could ever do is to choose to live your life without ever knowing who you are. Because then you're defeating the whole purpose of what life is. I don't believe life is anything more than, I don't think it's anything more. Like I think about it and I don't think it's anything more that life can really be except for accepting yourself. Being your true, authentic self all the way and to experience all of your life in that state of who you are. And the person that you are right now, if you're watching this, it's obvious you're not them. Because if you were them, you already know exactly what I'm saying. But that's okay. I'm not there either. Shit. I just spent the last 18 years of my life literally living my entire life off of other people's opinions. I never hated myself more than I did now. I'm in that battle. I'm in that battle of fighting everything that I've ever learned. I'm in that battle of choosing to start to listen to myself. I'm in that battle with you. I'm not speaking as if I know everything, but I do know that this realization that I've came to for myself can somehow in some way change you, can somehow in some way help you, can somehow light a spark, right? Or maybe cool off the burn that you've been feeling. I think a lot of you have been putting on a mask. And I said this last time, but I think it's something that we still do. The more and more that you're on your phone, the more and more that you're watching something and consuming something that's not something that you thought of, that you created, that you felt, you're absorbing that like a sponge, right? You're absorbing that liquid and that liquid becomes your opinion. And that liquid doesn't just only become your opinion, it becomes your identity. It becomes who you think you are. That's you. It's scary, right? But that's you. And I don't think anything else in this world is as scary as that feeling. You ask me what toxic love is. You ask me about all of those things, but in all honesty, it doesn't really matter. Because toxic love is no love. Toxic love is when you just keep listening to everyone else. That's what toxic love is. Toxic love is the belief that you have to listen to another person's opinion and value it more than your own. Toxic love is thinking that you need that person for that love. Toxic love is dependency. That's all that it is. And the less dependent that we can be on someone else and the more dependent that we can be on ourselves, I think the happier that we can become. Your depression right now is because of something that you did in the past. You miss the old you, or maybe you hate the old you for what you did. Does that really matter now? Does that really matter now? Does that person still exist right now? No. And if they do, they shouldn't. Because that person should have died the moment the mistake was made. Because you didn't make the mistake. You only made the mistake by not changing and learning from that mistake. That was on you. This is Raw, and this is the Project LYFESAVR podcast. I'm just speaking exactly how I feel. I'm speaking about things that saved my life. To jump into another segment, I think this is something that I really want to talk about because it's coming on my chest. I remember when I was slipping away from my dad's control. I remember that day. He said something to me that was probably the most manipulative thing I've ever heard. He came up to me and he told me that I was suicidal my entire life, that I had suicidal tendencies ever since I was a little kid. You know, for like a good moment, I believed him, right? I mean, in a way, like I was struggling as a kid and he never knew that. But at the end of the day, that was just control. That was toxic love. What he was doing right there was sticking his opinion in my head about how I'm supposed to believe about myself. And how if I stay any true to me, that the me that I am is suicidal. That the me that I am is different. And that it will never make it. It's too weak. I'll end up killing myself. What kind of fucking ridiculous shit is that? I'm realizing that now. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And I think it's ridiculous if someone's trying to tell you the same thing. Someone who doesn't live your life, someone who doesn't even listen to you and have any of your thoughts, comes up to you and tells you who you are. Like, wait a minute, back the fuck up. You don't know me. You never knew me because you aren't me. So I don't have to listen to what you have to say about me. But what you do have to do is to listen to what you have to say about you. And if you don't know what that is, shit, write it down. Write that shit down. You'll figure it out. This ain't gonna be an easy thing. You're going against the world. You're going against everyone in your life that knows you a certain way. But I'm telling you, breaking this toxic love is listening to anyone but yourself. That's toxic. Because toxic love requires you to value someone else's opinion over your own. It requires you to disable and absolutely keep yourself unenabled either. It's a horrible feeling, and I don't want any of you guys to feel that anymore, because I'm tired of feeling it. Like, I broke down at the idea of that everything that I've lived in my entire life up to this point wasn't for me. It was for other people, and it was to uphold an image. And whether or not you know it yet, you're doing the exact same thing. No matter what you're doing, you're not being true to you if you're struggling with anything. You're not. Because if you're being true to you, then all you have is love for you. But if you're not being true to you, then you have no love for you. And the only love that you think you need, and the only love that you know, is toxic love. Toxic love is a horrible thing. Toxic love is what got you here, but love for you is what will get you out of here. Okay? Know that. Believe it. That's all I gotta say. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. Breathe in with me. Breathe out. Breathe in with me. Breathe out. Let's do one more. Breathe in. Feel that presence that you are with me right now. Feel that love that you want with me right now. Be here with me right now. Be accepting of whatever mistakes you've already made now. Be accepting of everything that you've already done now. Because what you don't even realize yet is you're moving on to a new chapter. And a chapter that won't even... that will literally make your life so much better. Like even just being in this for like just 2 days, like my life has genuinely gotten better. Like, I woke up this morning after a long talk with my friend Bijan last night. He's a wonderful man. He's full of love, full of energy, full of himself, and I love it. Full of that authentic him. And I just woke up feeling really refreshed. I woke up feeling really present and really embodying everything that I am and everything that I want to become. I want the same for you. I do. As your lifesaver and as the leader of the lifesavers, it hurts me to see you guys in pain. It hurts me to see you guys not being true to you. It hurts me. It hurts me to watch your anxiety take over your mind. It hurts me to see that your depression and you hating yourself because of something, and you're not even hating you, you're hating a person of yourself that you aren't even. It hurts me. And I want that hurt to stop. I want that to go away. For you, for me, and for anyone else who's willing to listen to me. This is episode 1 of the Project Lifesaver podcast. I love you. And remember, protect your life and protect your heart, most important. Because without your life, you'll stay in your pain. You'll keep living in a world, being a person that you're not. And you'll keep experiencing everything the wrong way. Protect your heart, because if you don't, toxic people will tear the love that you have for the world and for yourself out. Protect your heart for yourself. Protect your heart to love yourself. Because if you don't, as I always say, no love for you will never create good love for you. Take care, you guys. Also, just really fast, leave a comment down below with this emoji if you guys enjoyed this series. If you guys would like for me to continue to do these raw podcasts with rough cuts, let me know. Leave it down in the comments below. Take care.